So, you stand in front of a pale wood building. Its architecture 3 stories in height with a blue shingled sort of sloping roof. It's styled like a traditional adventuring inn, just one out-of-place building in a sea of out-of-place buildings, though its proportions are a little fantastical. The windows a bit warped, the roof a bit too slanted, a building in mid-yawn, almost forcing a yawn out of view. Bathed in pale blue light, there is a subtle glow to the entirety of this building. The sky above you is a swirl of purple and orange, the sun itself already crested over the horizon as you arrived around what seems to be twilight. What do you do?
I'm going in. Take Renee with me.
Okay. Sort of over your shoulder, Renee is again out after the expedition you all had down the side of Lunastra. Your snail weaving its way through the streets until eventually reaching what looks to be a lot dedicated to parking your Salankari. But you watch as Vincent is already on his way inside of the sleepy sheep. You all following?
Yeah.
All right. The inside can only truly be described as cozy. It's finely furnished with, wood furniture and cerulean blue accented fabrics embroidered with those adorable little golden sheep all over them. The upholstery of the chairs that are in this one entrance hall area look almost cloud-like in terms of comfort, with a few travelers just fully asleep on these sofas and chairs, just in this waiting room, just... But standing there behind a desk that is next to a stairway that seems to slope up to the upper floors, this hallway itself taking its way to a more common room area, but standing behind that desk, you can see what looks to be an individual with dark skin, a very robust and rotund build, with very tired eyes, a blue vest tucked into fancy brown pants, and gold chain from a pocket watch in the breast pocket. Poking out of poofy graying hair, you can see curled ram's horns and long floppy ears. As he kind of turns mid-yawn. Oh, welcome. We have visitors. Come on in. Don't let the summer heat in.
Heat.
There's not really any heat out there. It's pretty cold.
We just need a few rooms.
Oh, it's your first time in the city. I haven't seen you.
Some of us.
Yeah, we just arrived today.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. I'm Elliot. Elliot Swall, the owner of this establishment.
Great name.
Welcome to the sleepy sheep.
Okay. You doing alright? Nothing.
So, how many rooms will we need?
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 people.
What is the room situation looking
Let me check here real quick.
like? How many rooms are there?
We've got a number of vacancies right now. You see as he moves real slow. His arms just lazily gliding to a book.
Vincent's tail is twitching. He's nervous.
He's kind of flipping through. He's
come on.
Okay, let's see
It's
here.
like the sloth from Zootopia.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a few vacancies.
Okay. How many is few?
How many is that?
I think enough.
But how many?
Oh, I guess I could go through and count them all.
No.
Do you have at least 2 or 3?
Oh yeah, of course we do. Should have led with that up front, I suppose. Let's see here.
How many beds?
Oh, all of our standard rooms come with 2 queen-size beds. Our standard sheep rooms, excuse me. Our Sweet Dream Suites are combining 2 rooms if you all want to stay in the same area, and they have nice little kitchen appliances in the main common space, so you can cook for yourselves, though we get fresh baked goods in every morning, so you should come down for breakfast.
How much is that one a night?
A Sweet Dream Suite will cost you $1 a night.
Oh.
Gold. Okay. Well.
If we all, like, take turns, like, paying it.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you guys
if you're,
think?
are you low on cash?
No, we're fine.
we're
We're just being stingy for no reason.
Okay.
Gold is a lot.
Oh, just wanted to make sure. I'm sure there are ways that we could work things out, payment plans, things like that.
No, that won't be necessary.
So in those suites, each room has 2 beds?
Each room has 2 beds, yep.
Okay.
So there's 2 rooms, and that means 1, 2,
You know,
3,
no, we'll
4
take it. We'll
beds.
take it. Yeah. We'll take
Okay,
it.
get you down for the Sweet Dream Suite. Would you like to upgrade to a moonlight view, or?
Yes.
What?
Okay, that's an extra 2 silver per night tacked on there. Perfect. Okay, well, the bar's open all
The bar's
24
open?
hours.
24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, 24 hours as long as my sister's behind the bar there, but, you
Does
know...
she sleep?
Hmm?
Does your sister sleep?
You know, I've thought about it, but I think she probably does. I mean, she just mostly goes out on the town a lot. So it's kind of sporadic whenever the bar's open. I tried having it so that customers could serve themselves, but that got out of hand real quick.
So it's not open 24 hours?
By name it is. As long as there's
In
a bartender there,
It
it's
has the
open.
possibility of being open 24 hours.
Yeah, it has the possibility. I can check and see if she's... Oh, she's not there. He says he peeks over the desk. He's pretty tall too. This guy's like 7 to 8 feet tall.
Jesus
Oh my God.
Christ.
He's just kind of slouching, and as soon as he like stretches outward, you can see his whole body like leaning over the side and then checking.
Oh my.
And he sort of pulls back and he's... But yeah, let me get your room keys over here. You can get it all
Now I'm yawning.
set up.
Jesus.
No, that's what it is.
I've been yawning for like the past 10 minutes.
Kind of following in late after getting the Salankari settled up in the lot, you see Davil kind of push in, and as Elliot is turning to like grab the keys, he kind of turns back and says, "Oh, hello! Oh, well,
my God.
look at here!"
There you go.
Davil looks and says, "Elliot! Oh my goodness! How you doing, big guy?" And then sort of hits on the side. It kind of reaches over the desk and gives him a pat on the side. And it says, "Oh, Davil Starsong. It's been quite some time since you came through these parts. You need a room, or it's... Oh, no. I'm with this group." "Oh, you should have said so earlier. You had such an experienced guide around the city."
Didn't think it
How
was necessary.
experienced is he?
"Oh, well, I mean, you know your way around, right, Dill? I mean, it's been a couple of years, but some things have changed, but, you know, the city's pretty much always the same." Dill says, "Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm an expert on the city, but I know my way around. I could get us to certain places, etc."
Could you get us to a room now as he's struggling to hold for an arrow?
Yes. Oh yeah, you're so right. Let me grab the keys. Sort of hands you a golden little key where the little handle is a little sheep on it, and passes you over and says, "Okay, your room should be up on the 3rd floor, second door on the left."
I go up.
They're elevators?
Elevators. I think that probably they've got
A lift system?
a lift system. Let me think.
No.
How that would work out for this. I think they probably have like a sort of a ramp. It probably just it's not like a very long extending like how to think about it, but basically just some way for people with mobility issues to get there, but it's mostly stairs. This is a pretty old inn, and it's not like super huge expansive. It's like there's a lot of rooms and it's pretty tall, but like
It's
the
like
actual
Boston.
spaces are cozy. Yeah.
Where it's like all built on top of each other.
Exactly.
But they
yeah.
didn't think about,
Eventually, yeah, it is very much just like this place is really nice. It's got a rustic charm. It also is pretty old.
Yeah.
New England housing, etc.
Pretty much.
You make your way up the stairs, seeing that same blue and gold embroidered fabric, these same motifs, in this very nice space. You can see that hanging on the walls are like little portraits and pictures. Some of them drawn of like Elliot is in a lot of them, just with a lot of guests, and then there seems to be some recurring people. Someone that looks to be like Elliot's sister, a younger person who looks to be like maybe somebody who's related to Elliot, but eventually passing this plethora of family photos and guest photos, you eventually reach your room. Unlocking the door and pushing in, you can see that the Sweet Dream Suite is it's not like the Weldon kind of experience where it's like this wide expansive space and all this marble and gold. It's like a nice 2-bedroom apartment, basically, like a really cozy like cottage core interior with newly placed wallpaper, but wood supports, a nice cozy dining table, a very small cooking kitchen space with like a sink and stove and everything along those lines, and then 2 rooms, one each on each side, basically, and then of course like a bathroom there. You paid 2 extra silver a night to get the moonlight view, and immediately walking into the room, you can see exactly what that entails. Your windows are facing the center of the city, and pouring in through them is this pale blue light. And as soon as it hits you, as soon as you walk through the doors, you feel immediate calm. Everyone make an intelligence check really quick.
Ooh. Intelligence.
Be intelligent.
It's all right.
Arcana or intelligence?
We'll hold you up on this end.
Or not.
Arcana, you say?
Yes.
Oh, you said, wait,
why did that get
Arcana could be. Or insight for you, Ladara, if you'd like.
20.
20.
16.
16. Immediately, as soon as that feeling of calmness hits, it feels familiar to the piece of stone that you retrieved in Weldon. So anytime that you may have felt that weird feeling of calm, this feels like that, but much more minute, a little diluted. Does that make sense?
I feel like that's important. I feel like
Probably.
we should note that.
Put that in my notes.
Okay.
Interesting.
You all go. Do you get Renair settled and everything?
Very much, yes.
Renair basically just sinks into this bed, this very cushiony, very soft, cloud-like bed. As soon as he hits it, he just kind of sinks. And as soon as that moonlight hits him, you can see there's a little bit of calm that comes across him as well. His breathing kind of settles just a little. But you all gather yourselves, and Davil is watching everyone just like take a load off and sit. He's like, whoa, what are we all doing? Aren't we going out in the city, or?
I'm relaxing.
Out on the town.
Let's
Been
go.
out for so long.
I know, but we're in a new place. It's our first night here. I mean, come on. Where's your spirit? I haven't been back in a while. I could show you all the great places that are here.
We could get food. At least.
I can't just leave.
Oh, yes, I understand that. Wait right here. I have a solution. You've been working very hard, Vincent. I think you should come out on the town with us. Not to abandon Renee. I think you'll be fine, though. Just wait right here. Davil kind of storms out, and there's like this weird silence as Anna's sort of standing there and saying like, okay, so I can sleep on the ground, or
Or a bed.
We have 4 beds.
oh,
4 beds.
divide them between, I suppose you and him will be sharing a bed, and then you and Renee will be sharing a bed, and so we have our own beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be in the room with
Or we can just put the couples together, and then me and Auda can have some peace and quiet.
I'm not sharing a room with Davil
Okay.
and Azram.
Well,
I can sleep in Davil and Azram's room. I mean, what could go wrong?
We can share a bed if you want, Aona.
all three of you, or
All three of us?
No,
No.
just me and
Like
Aona.
brothers.
Is that something that brothers do?
Yeah. No, I mean.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
trips,
I mean, like when we were growing, like when growing up, like normally, like brothers would like, you know, they'd share a lot of stuff especially because we were like, you know, like twins, and so like
so sad.
we would have like had the same pajamas, and we would have taken baths together, and we would have shared beds together. Maybe
His eyes
we
go
even
wide. And he's like, you know what?
we could have even had bunk beds.
Bunk beds? As soon as he's like the quizzical look on his head, the door sort of pushes open, and sort of trailing behind Davil, who walks in, says, everybody please meet Claudia. And Claudia is this woman who looks very much like Elliot, a sort of curvier build with these ram horns poking out of this very poofy hair with these blue ribbons and golden sheep ornaments in it. And you can see that something you couldn't see about Elliot because he was behind the desk, but something you can see about Claudia is that beneath this like barmaid's dress, these like hooved feet, she looks and says, hi everyone. Last time I saw Claudia, she was just like yay high, but now she's much taller than me. And so
Oh my
God.
god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's
Oh god.
yeah, she's huge.
Oh,
She steps
shoot.
in, ducking under the door frame.
Wow.
She's like, how can I be of assistance? Claudia, could you look after our friend? He's very, very sick, and we would like to just have him in good care while I show these friends of mine around the city. She looks over kind of wide-eyed and says, oh, if that's all you need, then...
I don't want to burden you with that. I can stay if you need me to.
No, it's
he's
all
not
right.
doing very well.
I run the day-to-day operations, and, you know, I take a lot of guest requests into account. If it's just something that you need for this night, then I can absolutely look over somebody.
You can
check
just,
in on somebody.
Yeah, you can just check in every hour or so and make sure
Maybe
that
every 30 minutes or so. Maybe 15. I
think-
want to make sure
And-
that he's
and-
okay.
Every hour is probably he's not really changed much.
45 minutes. I'll make
Yeah.
45 minutes I think I can manage.
and just make sure that he has water and, you know.
Yeah, her body language is very, like, close to herself. A little bit, like, nervous as she says, okay, yeah, that sounds
and
fine.
if anything goes wrong, there's really no way to contact us, is there?
My father, he's, you know, he's Elliot, if you met him downstairs. Yanni guy. He has a spell that can contact you all. And he can do sending.
Oh, good. Okay.
So don't worry about it. If anything happens, I will be in contact.
Okay.
But please enjoy the city.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much,
Sounds like
Claudia.
visibly
Yeah,
upset.
nervous. She also is visibly nervous. They're just both nervous at each other. But Davil eventually is just like, thank you so much. Now, Vincent, you've been working very hard. I think you should take a break. You've been looking. You barely slept this entire period of travel. Why don't we just go get something nice to eat?
I've been fine. Let me go see one more time, and then I'll join.
Everyone else, get your things ready. Get back up. Stretch your legs.
All right.
We're going out on the town.
Oh yes.
Tour guide Davil, Mr. Starsong.
And everyone just be on the lookout and just be aware of your surroundings.
It's okay, we're not in hell anymore.
I know, but every city, there's something. There's always something. So just be aware, be cautious, be on the ready just in case. Don't do anything stupid or anything alone and stupid.
Just Ladara, just don't get arrested this time.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
we
who
don't
got
need...
arrested last
Okay.
time?
It was, I
It was an accident.
understand. In retrospect, it kind of was all of our faults, and
I don't think it was my fault. So.
Okay, well, actually,
You're the one who directed them over there, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
directed
say.
them away from our. You know what? Maybe we should talk about this.
talk about this later.
Let's just go to dinner, please.
Maybe it's not relevant to the plot.
God. Yeah, Auda is just over at the sink, moving the tap up and down, just watching it go out. It's like, wow.
Fascinated by little things.
Vincent, you walk into the room where you can see that the figure of Vernier bathed in this sort of blue moonlight.
I bring him a cup of water with me.
You place it down. It's just sort of slowly rising and falling. And as you sort of turn, you can see him kind of blinking his eyes. He says, "Oh, Vincent.
Hi. How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm
Take
just a little
it
under
easy.
the weather."
Just rest, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna find somebody to help you tomorrow, okay?
Oh, good. This is so soft. It's very nice.
Comfortable?
Yeah. He says as he falls back asleep.
I lean over and kiss him on the forehead.
It's warm. But you all make your way out. Davil leads you back down the stairs. As you're passing through the main foyer, you hear Elliot say, "Oh, back so soon?" As Davil says, "We're going out." And he says, "Oh, don't have to be so loud about it."
He's enthusiastic.
He's in a rush, I think.
Davil's got a backpack on.
Oh,
He's got a
he's-
little
oh.
flag.
Stop!
holding
He's
up.
so excited.
As he takes you out into the city streets of Lunastra. Lunastra is a beautiful city, and there are some wider roads where you can see the Salankari and their different riders, and you can see that some are huge, enormous, carrying several passengers all at once across to their destinations. Some people like hanging off the side, and then some are just like look to be leisurely, like personal Salankari, driving people around, all painted in these different designs. Some of them things that look very ornate and decorated, and some of them things like, "Go ahead and check out Sal's Salankari stall." like Sal's face painted in like this warped shell or the thumbs up.
Not ads.
But Davil's taking you through these streets, these current streets bathed in this blue light, only sort of shielded by like buildings, of course, where there is shade. As you get to notice the people around you in their everyday dress. A lot of people wear like these very nice silks and flowing clothes that are very loose and very stylish. Some people a little edgier in a way. Some interesting things, some interesting accessories that are very strange that you haven't really seen before.
Interesting.
Do most of the people look like tourists or like locals?
There's a good mix. There are some people that look as though they live here, of course, like they're on their way to work or they're on the way around the city. But there are like people dressed like you all, where they're adventurers or they're just travelers. There's a good mix between tourist and local here. You here making your way down the street. Davil sort of shouting like, keep up, come on. We've got a lot to see, and I gotta take you to one of my most favorite places here. As he's making his way through, he's talking loudly, as like doing these wide gestures, like, so right now we are in the Blue District, in the full quarter.
We don't have to draw attention to ourselves.
Oh,
If you
I'm just giving, you've never been here,
Working for
so
a tip?
you're right.
Jeez.
We're just tour guide.
no,
I'm just,
it's all right. It's just we can
enthusiastic.
talk.
There's nothing wrong with
wrong.
just being educated on the city.
No,
we're
that's
in.
all right. I
We're
just
going
Yeah,
to do a lot of
it's not drawing
shopping.
attention to us.
talk too loud. Yeah, I'm just
Why
sorry.
are you
I'm
so
just,
paranoid?
I'm just worried. Sorry.
No, it's
It's
all
fine.
right.
It's
Maybe
fine.
we should have left Ladara back there with
Hey, I mean,
no.
it's okay to be paranoid. I mean,
Oh, I can leave if you would like, Azure. If you would really like that.
The energy we've created on the
Listen,
snail
let me
today.
get back to the tour. I mean, not a tour. I mean,
We'll
to
just
get back to
keep
my
going.
explanation, I'm just
I'll just
trying.
ignore Azure and we'll just keep going.
I'll be quiet.
I'll push you off the snail.
But yeah, you're making your way. You're walking right now. The snails are all in this nice snail parking lot, but multi-parking garage, multi-tiered snail parking garage. Davil speaks and says, "All right, so if we're going to be doing shopping, this is where we're going to be doing it. We're in the Blue District now, but there's a main market in the center that's open air called the Moonlight Market. Nice, wonderful, great." Good things. That's what we're going to be if we go shopping. We're going to be doing business in another quarter of the city, which I'll tell you about at some point, but it's not very fun right now.
Right. Okay.
He's moving like a mile a minute.
Suspicious.
So excited. Taking weights like, all right, we're taking a left here, all right?
Okay, I don't.
It's a little shortcut, all right?
Azure
I
turns
know
right.
Some places.
Azure turns right.
It's Azure turns right. So it's like, no. He sort of grabs onto
Make
your-
an L with your hands. Remember,
Remember, it's L.
left from right, Azram. Left from right.
Didn't Azram actually learn his left from right in podcast?
It was
Yeah.
Not in
It
game?
was in the. Didn't we do the intros? The character intro.
Oh, was
Oh,
it in like one of the
yeah.
It's
intros?
one of the character intros.
It was in one of the characters.
It was in
Yeah,
one of the
Azram
characters.
canonically turned right.
Devil grabs your collar just like without even thinking about it, says, all right, and then turns you down the side. It's like, don't worry, I know a shortcut to get where we need to go. And I rolled and he got an 8, so you guys get lost for just a little bit.
Just a little moment.
He takes you through
Thank
a couple
God.
alleyways, a couple twists and turns. There are some people that are just like eyeing you back here that are just like,
I give him a look.
feel like
what?
smoking tobacco pipes, and they're just kind of looking like,
Can we tell that we got lost, or is he like trying to play it off that this is the right
Yeah,
way?
can I do an insight check on him?
yeah, go ahead and give an insight check. And yeah, Ladara, as you kind of
Give that guy a look.
mean eye like these people like just kind of like look at them, they're just like, God, what the hell?
24.
Davil is smiling and saying, I think it's just around this corner, but he said that like about 4 times. He's like, it's just around this corner.
Yeah, I got a 25. So.
There's a point where you're like, logically, if we follow the path we've made, we've gone in a square. Like we're like eventually going back to the main street.
Davil, should we just ask someone?
No, we don't. Oh, I mean, we could.
Maybe we should, yeah.
Do that.
Fine.
Maybe we should enjoy the journey and less about the worry about the destination.
I'm just
a little
tired of walking
hungry.
in a square twice now. I just would like to eat, maybe?
Davil's looking around, and as he's looking around, you kind of hear off in the corner. You hear from like a small boy on like a soapbox in like a Newsies cab. Is he extra, read all about it?
Oh.
Then they kind of holding up this this newspaper out of his hands, and he's like, it's like, the clash between the sovereignty sage and the crown. Looks like sovereignty agents are involved in the desolation of Weldon.
No, hold on a
So there's
second.
in and out about that, and Davil looks and says, "Oh, right here," and sort of looks over. "Excuse me, young man," and he looks like, "I'm actually an adult." And says, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Would you happen to know where I could find one Bertie's Bakery? It used to be, on the edge of the Blue District and the Harvest District." And he says, "Yeah, you just take a left down there. I think that's what you're talking about, right? There's a bakery there." He's like, "Oh, it was that close."
Oh, jeez.
He says, "So you're gonna buy a paper?
How much are they?
Just 2 copper.
Yeah. grab
Yeah,
this
we'll
one.
take one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
we
take
should.
one. I want to read it.
If you would all like to check your phones,
Oh,
Sugoi.
I'll send you
Oh my god.
a paper."
A paper?
So, for all of our listeners at home, I have distributed a nice digital newspaper made by our own Dea, and they all have different headlines if you'd like to take turns reading them out.
It's called the Fair Feathered Chronicles, and the first headline is the one that the small man read out.
The small man read out. He's like, I'm so sorry about that. He says, yeah, I'm a little offended, but in all honesty, at least you bought a paper. Now, if you'll excuse me.
There's a railroad opening soon.
Oh. Brookshade. Do I know where that is?
Railroad.
Make a history check.
I've been there.
So, to give some illustration, there is a railway opening soon out of a principality town by the name of Brookshade.
21 on history.
You, let's see. You most likely looked at a map to kind of plot out your path to see, and Brookshade is a port town in the Principality that a lot of ships that cross like the Sapphire Strait take to get to just the main land of the Principality, or they go around into the Void Sea to get straight to Loksha if they can make it that far. If you can find ships that are willing to make such a crazy journey.
It's opening in only a few months. So
Oh.
it's set to open within the coming months.
So that could mean literally anytime.
Oh my
soon.
god.
But there is a railway opening
a
up in
train.
that port town and making a transoceanic
Mystery train?
passageway. Alongside that, there is another thing here about tensions rising between the Sage and the Crown, and going further into like looking at the actual story. Some of it sounds like speculation, but it sounds like there are like informants from within the church that talk about how they believe that sovereignty agents had a hand in what happened in Weldon. No
Vincent-
names come up.
Vincent holds out the paper and starts reading the bit on that. Over 2 months have passed since the horrifying tragedy at the Onsirian border town of Weldon. The bone-chilling eyewitness accounts of monsters beyond the veil that would slaughter hundreds. The siege of the town continues by Onsirian paladins, but there's hesitance in accepting aid. Stretched by Siniath mages. Why? Why are they convinced that it's sovereignty?
I mean, it's probably just political things, that sort of I mean, the church doesn't like even acknowledging that magic is some kind of useful tool, so, and they're kind of notorious for rejecting aid from, any outstretched by the Mages Academy.
There's also an ascension ceremony? What is that?
Ascension ceremony. Interesting. Oh, well, it's happening in town. Oh, Lantern Night! Oh my goodness. As sort of to illustrate this point, it says that Bishop Pandora's sainthood ascension ceremony is set to take place in Lunastra's Temple of the Sun following Lantern Night. More details to come. And Davil sort of latches on and says, Lantern Night? You've never even experienced Lantern
I
Night.
have no idea
I
what
do
Lantern
not
Night
know
is.
what that is.
It's beautiful. It's a night where basically, and I can't remember really the religious iconography of it. There is some sort of connection to the Mother Night, but you build your own little moon jelly lantern and then you let it fly up into the sky.
Moon jelly.
The story of it is... Actually, everyone make a religion check for me.
How did you know I love moon jellies? Religion?
Yes, religion, please.
19. I'm
19.
rolling good today.
Me too. 19.
Hey.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, what was it?
Speak up. Use your voice.
Here's what I'll say, how you know your information, how it comes to you. Ladara, you most likely have heard of Lantern Night and just vague memories of what it is. 19 will basically get you that it's a huge festival that takes place around this time of year at the... so basically like the beginning of summer and like from what you recall, like somewhere around winter. And it's a celebration of fireworks, food, drink, and this beautiful display of lanterns meant to look like moon jellies. You're not sure what the religious connotation of it is, but there is some sort of bigger story and like purpose of the night. You, Vincent, with a 19, have never heard of this festival, but you remember the sight of it. You just remember seeing beautiful iridescent moon jelly lanterns, man-made, floating up into the sky and all disappearing at once.
Huh. But I've never heard of this, though.
But you've never heard of it. You just, as soon as you hear the name and what it's supposed to be, you all of a sudden have this weird deja vu of just seeing it.
Huh.
Davil looks and says, "Oh, well, we can experience that before we leave. That's nice."
Yeah, that would be pleasant.
Could be nice. I mean, the last celebration that you all went to didn't end super well. But
No.
that seems like-
not really. None of them really do.
it seemed kind of like a wild card.
Maybe we should actually stay away from it.
No, come on. If we
What's the worst that could happen?
Hell,
Well, don't
A
say
lot of
that.
things.
don't say that.
because there are things that,
No,
that
I
can,
would like to see it.
All right then.
we can try.
We'll make
yeah.
plans to see it. It should be about in a week or so. Not sure. We'll check it out.
Well, are we close to this place? So we are close.
Yeah,
now, apparently.
just like right down the street before he took that alleyway
Nice.
and turning left, you can see he says, I remember this street. Yeah, I got it mixed up. It should be right down this way. As you all sort of pass, make your way further down the street, there is a moment where you pass a threshold. This blue light that has been encompassing you all of a sudden turns to this blue-green and then to this pale green light. And that scent of breads and food and drink all become very strong and very potent here. Not in an unpleasant way, but that light that is bathed over you, you feel more in tune with it, like hungrier just smelling it. As you pass that light, it says, we're passing now into the Harvest District. And right about here should be where... Davil kind of turns towards this building. And in front of you, you see what looks to be a restaurant of some kind called Taste of Lunastra. It's very large and it's got like 2 stories with like a balcony seating area. And it's very chic in its design, very like sharp edges and edgy sort of calligraphy style logo. And Bill's kind of looking up and says, "Where's Bertie's?" Should be right here. He sort of pulls someone aside and says, "Hey, we were directed by the small man around the corner to Bertie's Bakery. I think he gave us the wrong directions." And this person who's stopped, who's kind of just in these flowing silks and just going about his day look, he says, sorry, are you new to the city? And it's like, no, I'm not new to the city. He's like, oh, it must have been a while since you've been back. Bertie's closed, like, what, 5 years ago? I says, didn't realize.
What happened? What happened?
No, the guy just retired. You know, they built this new place on top of it. It's pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
I mean, I don't want to keep us waiting. I mean, we could try this new place if you all would like.
Well,
yeah, I don't mind.
Can. I mean, were there any other places that you liked a lot, or?
Yes, but yeah, they might be a little far from here. I could try and get us. I'm sure I know a shortcut to get there somehow.
Another shortcut.
It's I grab Davil's hand and start like walking in. I'm like, it's okay. We'll make a new favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I'll eat anything.
Sounds good to me.
You all walk into this very jazzy, very nice restaurant, packed with people from all across, from wall to wall. There's this huge sort of counter area where you can actually see there's like an open kitchen, and you can see some chefs getting screamed at in the back.
Oh no.
But there's also like these shelves of just like fresh bread that servers seem to be like climbing ladders and basically pulling from onto their trays in this orchestrated dance of service as you approach what looks to be the hostess, who looks at you and says, "Okay, hello, welcome. Did you have a reservation with us?"
Yes.
Okay. Under what name?
Oh my god.
I just look at Azram. I'm
I'm
like,
you dug yourself in this hole.
Get out of it yourself.
It's under Johnson.
Go ahead and make
It should be a Johnson reservation for 5.
Oh my god.
We're gonna take someone's reservation or just get kicked out.
We're gonna get so much trouble.
Johnson for 5.
You
Johnson.
can't go anywhere.
Yep, right here, Johnson for 5.
My god.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh my
You're
god.
a little early, but yeah, we can get the table set up real quick. So sorry about
how
that.
How early was that set for? Just curious.
Well,
what time are we supposed to be
You
here?
did say that you were going to be here in another hour or so, but
Oh, I'm
Our
so
plans
sorry. My
changed.
lousy assistant just must have made the reservation at the wrong time.
Everywhere we go.
I don't know if I
no.
should. I don't
It's
know if I
complete-
should interrupt him at this point.
it's completely fine. We just give us a second to get your table set up, and we'll get everything settled for you. You see her make her way over to a waiter who's basically like getting something set up, and then sort of turns and looks and says, "What? They're here already?
Me.
The fuck!" And
me
he
at work.
kinda turns around, and he just kind of gets things set as he quickly like starts pushing tables together.
I'm like,
Literally.
Azram, why? Azram.
Lidor
You just go
just
somewhere else.
Lidor just
Why?
stands up and is like, I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna let him have fun. He'll have fun.
Someone's
and
gonna
I'll
get
just
mad.
sit here.
Someone's gonna show up, and they're gonna get mad because
And then-
somebody's impersonating them.
And they're gonna have
for
to
their
try to kill us, and then there's gonna be like a whole thing. They're gonna hate
Then we're
us,
gonna
and then
get
we're gonna have
arrested again.
conflict, and then we're gonna get arrested.
Anyways.
Alan sort of cuts in and says, "We better be quick."
Very quick, and
Put
Uh,
a timer on. We'll still eat in 30 minutes.
we just have to be here. We have to be gone before the Johnsons come back.
We have an hour.
We have an hour.
Is this place like a swanky kind of place, or is it like what's the vibe? What's the fanciness level?
Fanciness level is one step above what you're wearing right now.
Uh-oh.
Not so fancy that it's not you're gonna get kicked out for it, but most people look like they've dressed up for like a nice dinner that they've planned for like a couple weeks.
Embarrassing.
See, we wouldn't have gotten in if we hadn't had a reservation.
You think it's gonna be expensive?
I'm sure we can afford it.
You all are there as a waiter sort of brings up all these different menus to you, and looking through it are a bunch of words you don't fully understand in languages that maybe you don't understand. Who here understands? What would it be? Anyone here understand Halfling?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
Davil or Auda?
Anything? Any Dwarvish?
Nope. No.
I know Infernal, Undercommon, and some Sylvan.
Oh, there is Undercommon on there.
Okay.
There is Undercommon
All
on
right.
there. You can see that there are something that you've noticed is that there's a mix of people all around the city, but there's a lot of people of Drow descent that seem to be in this city as well, and a lot of people of like these grayskin dwarves as well that seem to be around the city, which is interesting because you've definitely seen people of that descent before, but they're usually not a lot of them, just because you know that in this world there are cities that are underground, etc. exist.
Okay.
But your waiter comes up, the one that was kind of cursing loudly a little bit, and says, "Hi, folks. How we doing here? Everything look good on the menu?"
Yeah, it looks great.
He's smiling. Yeah. Sorry about the wait there. We had to get our tickets set up.
No,
it's okay.
It's
Our
all right.
fault.
It was the secretary's fault.
That's on
Oh,
us.
those secretaries, you know how they are. Okay, so can I get you started with something, etc.? I won't go through the whole ordering process.
I'll
We'll
get
say-
the mushrooms.
You all order meals
Well,
set
appetizers.
to your own tastes, your own dietary restrictions, etc. As Davil sits and says, Davil, who up until this point has been quite enthusiastic, is a little quiet and he's kind of sitting, and he says, nice place, at least, you know?
I look at him and I'm like, are you okay?
I'm fine. It was just a bit of a shock. I used to always come to Birdie's when I was here, you know?
You came there frequently? You went there frequently?
Yeah, it was a hot spot, if you will. I used to always come here, and I would get, you know, it was just always nice. It was always like a good.
Big
It was always there.
How long were you here that you went there so frequently?
Well, I used to live here in Lunastra. I worked out of here. I mean, my adventuring group, we used to work out of here. We used to get our jobs from a guild that is no longer around here. And yeah, I lived here up until, I guess, a decade ago.
How interesting.
How long did you live here for?
A lot of my life, honestly.
Oh.
I spent nearly 2 decades, I suppose.
The gears are turning in Vincent's head.
Me and Christine just had the same exact thought at the same exact time.
Oh, so you put kind of your roots down here a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. I was looking for a change of scenery about a decade ago, and so that was about the time when I stopped adventuring a little bit before that. So I left and I went to Sinea, and it's been nice there too. But it's always good to come back to somewhere you're from, you know.
I didn't realize this place was so important to you.
I don't get the chance to talk about it. I don't bring it up that much. But it's nice.
So just a change of scenery, nothing else?
Make a persuasion check.
The gears are turning.
I got a 9.
Do you want me to help? Can I help in any way?
I can.
If you say something, you can help.
Okay, wait, what did you say?
It's just a change of scenery and nothing else.
Yeah, like, did something happen, or, I don't know, did you just...
Stop adventuring? Like what?
Oh, yeah, was it that? Did you stop adventuring and that's why you left?
You can make one more persuasion check.
We're trying.
I'm trying.
Okay, 21.
Okay.
Davil sort of shifts a bit in his seat as he kind of notices you all kind of honing in on this. And he kind of backs off. He says, yeah, I had stopped adventuring recently at that time, and I thought I needed just to get out of the city for a while.
Insight.
Go for it.
18.
There is more. And of course there's more. But he's not bringing it up, and it doesn't look like he wants to bring it up.
Okay. Aslan would probably drop it.
He kind of clears his throat in the silence, and he says, but things change, you know, restaurants close, and I'm excited to try this new restaurant. Everything was a little expensive, but I brought money so I could cover us.
Oh, it's alright. I think we'll be fine. Can I take a look around?
Make a perception check.
See.
And I'm going to roll to see exactly what comes up.
21.
21.
22.
Make an insight check for me, too.
28.
Ladara, you pull yourself out of the tension of this moment to do what you do best and do a little look around,
A little perceiving,
a little eavesdropping. And you kind of turn your head around, scanning the restaurant, seeing people who look pretty well off, all enjoying their dinner. In this pleasant place, you know, light laughter, polite. I'd say like Cheesecake Factory vibes.
Okay.
like
Hills.
it's not like the most like this is the fanciest place you could ever go, but it's
got hints
also
of
like
it.
you know you need to do a little planning if you're going to go to the Cheesecake
They
Factory.
have a really nice bread basket. They bring.
You all have a really nice bread basket in front of you with a little bit of chocolate bread in there.
It's not.
It's not chocolate bread, it's rye bread. Forgot. Anyways, but you take yourself away from the rye bread and try and look around. You spot a booth off in the corner. And you can't see exactly who is being talked to, but you notice that like everyone is having like a nice night out and a nice dinner. That booth seems kind of serious in what they're talking about. Like you're not sure at first if it's like a business meeting or maybe it's like an argument or something. What was your insight check again?
28.
There is a moment where you can only see one side of the booth. And you see something that you've become slightly attuned to. You feel something.
Okay.
A small shift, a small magical shift, something different in that is suddenly there as you see the patron that you can kind of view from your perspective sort of just turn a ring on their finger, and you see their sort of face drop for a second as they start talking again. You see their eyes blink, and you swear for a second you see their eye color change before your waiter comes up and says, "So, do we need any more refills on bread?"
I think we're all right. Actually, do you know where the restroom is?
Oh, yeah. It's right down that way to the left.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to use the restroom really quick.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay. As Ladara, you get up. What are you doing?
I would like to walk past the table to
Okay.
get to the restroom.
Make a
Just
stealth.
like casually.
Make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Do I still get? I can still get advantage because of my boots, right?
You do get advantage, but this is less of like you're trying to sneak past
Yeah.
them. You're trying to keep a low profile as you're trying to see what's going on.
29, 12 plus 17.
You make your way past, suppressing basically your own presence as you pass this table, trying to stay inconspicuous as you pass by them and hear them talking. And as you kind of get near, you are able to catch just a bit of what they're saying. You just catch a couple words. You hear the ferryman, like a boat ferryman, and beyond the veil. Hey folks, it's me, Christian, with the break. Thank you for listening to episode 34 of Soft Pod. It's quite a bit of episodes and quite a bit of content to consume, so thanks for coming. First things first, go ahead and head over to our social media right now to go check out the winner of our giveaway in collaboration with Dungeon Depths. If you don't already know, Dungeon Depths is a gaming store dedicated to quality gaming supplies with characters. That's dice sets, dice vaults, dice trays, apparel, stickers, just anything that you could imagine, except whatever's on the storefront. So not anything you could imagine. Anyways, thank you Dungeon Depths for sponsoring the show. They've got really amazing stuff, and if you use the code SOFTPOD at checkout, SOFPOD, you can get 10% off your order. But they were helping us out with an amazing giveaway for the first episode of the newest season. So go check out our social media right now to go see who won. Thank you, Dungeon Depths. I want to do a quick update on the Patreon. There's a post up there explaining an update to some of the content that's going to be going up on the Patreon. So go check that out if you are a patron and whenever you have the chance. Second, I've gotten a couple messages from people that say that their names are missing from the descriptions. So please, if you are subscribed in the $5 tier or higher and you see that your name isn't on the descriptions, please message me immediately so I can fix it. I definitely want to make sure that everyone is there. So go ahead and check that out and let me know. On that note, I am going to do a read-off of some of the honorary Bard patrons, people that are supporting us at the $10 tier as a thank you. Thank you so very much to Sparrow, Bug, Auda, Jordyn, Obsolete Goat, Orion, Mary, Cat, Rin, Eskil, Rowan Ash, and Kenzie. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. If you didn't already know, this show is sponsored by the Roll20 Spotlight. It is a virtual tabletop that you can use to connect your game from anywhere else in the world, including the use of battle maps, assets, etc. So go check them out at roll20.net. Just a small update on the art reel we have going here. We're going to start reusing the art reels for some of the episodes. This is for two reasons. A, because we want art to be seen more than once in an art reel. That way it can keep showing up and, artists can still get recognized for their work in later episodes. And B, because we are a growing community. The art response has been huge already. There's been so much amazing fan art, but collecting enough of it to always be new in a 5-minute block every week will prove to be difficult. We're not out of new art to show, but we will eventually run out if we keep going at the same speed. So we want to be sure that, there is something. So if you see that an art reel is repeated, that is not an error on our parts. We're making an effort to just conserve the art we have and then move forward a little slower. However, if you would like to know how to get your art into the art reel, well, all of the art you see here is pulled from the hashtag SoftPod on Twitter. Chris reaches out to artists who have posted using the hashtag SoftPod and then asks if we can use their art in the art reel, and that's how the art reel is made. I also go through hashtag SoftPod and I steal names. Yes, infamous name thief Christian is going through on hashtag SoftPod and stealing your names and putting them in my game as NPCs or places. So if you'd want to see your name as an NPC or something that a place is named after, or just in general historical figures in the world, then tweet about the show using hashtag SoftPod. It really helps me because I get to see a lot of great names. And then also, it's just cool to see when someone recognized that their name was used. As a personal thing, if you'd like to include your pronouns or a preferred name in a reply tweet, that also helps me a lot. I like to make characters with the same pronouns as the person that they're based off of, but also if you're uncomfortable with that, then no worries, I will just use the name. A big thank you to the Softcord for all the support that you have shown us. We love watching the reactions in the live chat, and then we just love seeing everyone interact in that Discord. It's really cool. So thank you all for joining us for this ride. Thank you to the mods of that community because you do so much for us. You literally are the backbone to our whole community there. So thank you so much. That is everything. So I am excited for where the story's going to go. There's a lot of cool things we're going to be trying out soon. So please bear with us. Bye. So, coming back from break, you all have finished your meal at this point. No further strange interactions from that table over there. They just discussed whatever business they could, and then by the time that you could check up on them again, they were gone. But you walk back now, full-ish, the dishes themselves being quite small. It ended up being smaller portions for a lot of money.
Are there any vendors on the street?
Yeah,
Like
in the
vendors?
Harvest District, yeah, absolutely. There are food stands.
Did we get out in time?
For the Johnsons.
Let me actually roll for that.
Oh no.
You are passing the desk there about an hour later as you see a party of 5 come in and say, excuse me, we had a reservation for Johnson for 5? And you hear the hostess be like, Johnson for... as you all just exit the door.
Must have been
Get
a
out,
mix-up.
everyone, get out, get out.
Must have been a mistake. There are a lot of Johnsons in this town, you know?
god, Trounson's around here.
You basically get out right before the fallout hits
Thank
from
God.
all of that.
Get out, get out.
But you're making your way back down the street. Still, I mean, you ate and the food was good. It was just expensive for the amount you received. And Davil covered it for you all, but sort of says,
Thanks, King.
you know, if we have time, we should stop by the Arcane Transfer Ministry. The Arcanum Transfer Ministry, if I can withdraw some funds.
Oh, for sure.
what is
Arcanum
that?
what?
You don't know about the... when you deposited your money in Cineac, didn't they give you a briefing on this? No?
Probably, but I forgot.
Fair. Well, basically, if you wanted to retrieve any of your funds that you deposited in Cineath, there is this banking network, basically. The most potent magic of them all. Economical magic. So, if you need to withdraw money, then we could go to the Arcanum Transfer Ministry.
That's a mouthful.
So our
That's a lot to say.
Yeah, you should shorten it.
To what?
Abbreviate it.
Abbreviated?
ATM.
Oh, it's quite catchy. I suppose. I suppose I could.
So you're telling me that
I'll roleplay it again.
we can get our money from here? Like,
Yes.
that's in Sinyath right now.
Yes, I mean
And
any
it's just here.
on Syrian nation towns, stuff like that. They don't really. Of course, they're not going to have that. But you know, any place that's allied with the sovereignty and is okay with magic is going to have an Arcanum Transfer Ministry. So you can.
An ATM.
An ATM.
You're right. Pardon me. For some reason, I can't say it. So we can stop by there. You notice that Davil is back to being jovial and back to leading you through the streets. It's been an hour, and it was right before sunset. It was like right at where like the orange and purple are in the skies, etc. Doesn't seem to be any darker. As Davil's kind of walking through the streets with you all. Just why don't we head back and we can get some rest?
What time is it? I'm a little confused.
Davil sort of looks up. He says, "Oh, it looks like it's right around 10
PM?
Yeah, you look up at a like a clock, basically, like kind of where a street lamp would be. There's one that's just like a clock that's four facing sides, and it says 10 p.m.
This is so odd.
But what does it look like outside, you said?
It looks like it'd be around maybe like 7 or 6,
Like sunset.
like sunset.
then why is the sun still setting?
Oh, yes, I forgot. Lunastra is an interesting city for a number of reasons, and I don't really know how the science of it works, but, well, with the presence of the central temple and what it holds, there is some change that makes it so that, well, it's perpetually this time. It's always going to look like this.
What?
Twilight, basically. It's known as the Moonlit City, but also the Twilight City.
That is so fascinating. I wonder why.
Yes. So instead of
Vincent says, I'm going to figure it out.
to offset that, they've got the morning bells and the night bells to indicate when those two times hit to keep everyone's clocks somewhat regular. And you'll notice that the curtains in our staying place are quite thick, just to keep the light out for when it's time to rest. Listen, I'm feeling a bit tired, so maybe it is time that we, hit the hay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hit the hay.
Didn't you mention, you brought up the food carts?
Oh, I was, if they were still hungry, he probably would have just grabbed like a vegan turkey leg or something.
Okay. You get a turkey leg?
You
Turkey leg?
You
tofu stick?
Like a little fried tofu stick.
Do you want to pull Davil aside and sort of like be like, no, let's stop at one of these carts?
Yeah,
sir."
sure.
Yeah, you kind of grab Davil's attention, and he says, "Oh, yeah, sure, I am.
We'll find a
I'm
different
feeling
one, right,
well.
Ladar?
Yeah. We'll go somewhere else. Come on, Anna.
Huh? I kind of wanted this to...
We can get
you
other
one later.
stuff.
Maybe.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay. You find not vegan turkey legs. I don't know how exactly those would work. You find basically a stand that seems to do like tofu dishes, basically. A lot of like stir-fried tofu with different fixings, etc. That you pull Davil to. And this stand has its own lanterns that kind of shine on you both as you enter. It's got its own seats there. It's this little cart area. And Davil, who's been kind of out of it, looks and kind of says, sort of looks and says, oh, this is quite nice, actually. A good find, he says.
Yeah, let's grab some. And Azorn would go up and order, I don't know, something. And then probably sit down and eat it for a little bit.
As you go up to the cart, you sit, pulled Davil, and Davil's kind of looking around, and he's kind of blinking his eyes as he's just kind of taking in the sight around him as the cart owner looks and says, oh, I haven't seen you around here in a while. As Davil looks up and says, I'm sorry? It says, oh, where's the the missus? As Davil kind of looks up.
God damn it. Oh my god, why would he say that?
And blinks, and you see his face drop. As he sort of stands up and says,
Oh my god.
Astrid, I'm going to go lie down.
No, it's okay. What?
I'll...
No,
He cuts you off. He just kind of puts his hand up and says, I just need to rest. As he turns and walks out.
Oh my god.
Azorn would probably chase after him.
You chase after him as he is walking away, getting himself a little lost, just kind of stumbling in past the crowd. What do you say?
I'm like, Davil, wait. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I get it. I know. Okay, I know. And I don't care.
No, it's...
And I just... I'm really bad at this.
Azram, it's not that. Right? I'm not uncomfortable with you knowing that. I've told you all once before that I had a partner before, a long time ago. And I'm not uncomfortable with sharing that information because we're adults. We understand. I just need a little bit of time alone to sit with how I'm feeling, if that's all right. It's not anything against you, or I'm not upset or mad. It's not your fault. I just need to sit.
I mean, if you want time, I can respect that, but I also just want to be there for you if you need me, and I it's okay if you even if I could just sit there, it would make me. I just don't want you to be alone.
Make a persuasion check.
10.
Davil looks and takes your hand and then sort of plants a kiss on it and looks at you and says, and I really appreciate that. Right now, I don't know if I can be around anyone. I'm going back to the room. I'll be there when you all get back. You may show up soon. I'm just gonna take a few moments of silence to myself.
Okay. Don't get lost.
He smiles, a small chuckle rising. He says, okay. Breaks off into the crowd and away. So, anything else that you were doing for the rest of the night, to illustrate what you would come back to if you were to come back sort of soon, Davil would be basically not in the room, but sort of taking a moment to himself, probably in the lounging area. You could see he'd be like speaking with some people every now and then, but doesn't seem to be quite in like a wants to have a conversation about it mood. But anything else that you were doing for the rest of the night?
I don't think so.
I think the only thing I would do is if we're all in the room together at some point, even if Davil isn't there yet, I would probably sit you guys down and ask about what we're all doing the next day.
Okay.
So I would, what are you all most excited about here? What's on your agenda?
Well, I want to try a bunch of different food. I want to get stocked up. We're running a little low on supplies. And then I was thinking about stopping by a magical item shop.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of thinking similarly, probably getting clothes, perhaps.
Right. Yeah, right.
And checking out a few spots that Astrid told me about.
Like magic shops?
Yeah.
As well?
Mhm.
Like, okay, well. Are you gonna do that tomorrow? Because I don't know how long I'm gonna be, at the temple. But
Yeah, we can probably do that tomorrow. And if you need anything, you can write it down and we can grab it for you if you want.
All right.
Hona looks and says, I will probably join you two, since I think that Phil was talking about taking you to the temple, and I don't know if that's really my place to be.
You should go experience the city. You should go have fun.
Well, of course, we'd want you to experience the city too. It's just
We'll have
Temple.
time. We'll have time
you
to
don't
do
have
it.
to go to the temple.
Okay.
It's not everyone's thing. It's not really my thing, but I gotta go.
so we split up. We do our own things, and I guess we'll meet up somewhere. Correct?
Yeah,
Once everything's
probably.
settled?
Maybe we can try for dinner again or not.
However it works out. Is there a way to keep in contact? I suppose if.
Well, I could technically, yeah.
Okay, good.
One of you.
Just
Yeah.
let us know if something's going wrong, south.
I really hope nothing does.
Me
Knock
too.
on wood right now.
Not going right now. We'll try our best to find you. I suppose if something happens on our end.
Right. It should be fine. Right.
Should be.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna head to bed. You all get good sleep, all right?
I guess I'll follow you.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on down.
Shared room.
You follow Vincent to the room where Renee is sleeping, and there's a little note there that says all good, and then like little checks at different times for like every 45 minutes.
Big sigh of relief.
Eventually being able to lie down with him in this very nice comfortable bed that is able to relieve some stress. And even though like there's light pouring in from there, it doesn't feel like it would really impede your sleep, if that makes sense. It feels almost calming, like it's lulling you to sleep. Ladar, you feel the same way. The bed is just uncomfortably comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not something you're used to, but at the same time, the combination of that and the light is very good. Aona follows you, Azaram, kind of
Boy.
has his experience as he lies down, and then just kind of sinks. He says, I feel like I'm in the air, falling. No, actually, that's not accurate.
Maybe you should use it as like a training exercise,
Tighten my core, and I just...
Meditate.
He falls asleep pretty quick.
Good for
And
him.
You are left awake, Azram, as you stare out into the moonlight city. And eventually, if you choose to fall asleep or not, which is it?
Azra would probably stay awake.
You stare out towards that shimmering light at the center. And yes, it's calming, but there are a lot of thoughts running through your mind right now. Until eventually, another form just sort of settles into bed with you and goes straight to sleep.
Ow.
Ow, so hard.
Kind of rough.
Kind of rough, buddy.
And that's where we'll end.
Ow! Stabbed me right in the heart.
Bad.
Jesus Christ.
Really rough one.